Welcome to Asbury Park, New Jersey, a beautiful small town on the Jersey Shore, a place of many legends. Places like Convention Hall, the Casino, and the Paramount Theater, and others are the backdrop for many stories. Founded as a beach resort town in 1871, the early days of Asbury Park saw the construction of grand hotels, enormous swimming pools, and amusement parks. Many are familiar with the musical legends on the east side of town, at places such as the Stone Pony, but the musical heritage of the west side of town, the heart of the African American community, is less known. Walking the streets today, you might not be able to tell that the sounds of jazz, R&B, and doo-wop legends once echoed through the neighborhood. Sunday, June 5th, 2022. Dear Journal, today was a perfect summer day in Asbury Park. I took a drive around town today. I was stopped at the traffic light at the corner of Springwood Avenue and Atkins Avenue. I could hear children playing in the park nearby and noticed the large senior center on the right glimmering in the sun. I looked over at the brightly colored building across the street. The outside is light blue, and hand-painted murals of musicians decorate the sides. The words Turf Club are painted by the entrance. I remember that building. I've been there many times. A building full of history, music, and friendship. Suddenly, all the memories of the past came flooding back. The history of the Turf Club. August 12th, 1938. I took a walk down Springwood Avenue after church today, dressed in my Sunday best. I overheard someone talking about the Duke Ellington concert this Sunday. The concert is here at the State Ballroom on the west side of Asbury Park. I decided to get tickets, so I headed over to Tut's Grill to pick them up. September 6, 1940. I went to Cuba's today to pick up the newspaper, like I do most mornings. Glancing through the paper over breakfast, I saw an interesting announcement. There's a new bar opening on Springwood Avenue this month, called the Turf Club Bar. I might have to check that out sometime, since it's so close to my house. August 19th, 1956. My uncle told me that the Turf Club has moved across the street at the same spot where the old Victory Hotel used to be. Some of my neighbors aren't too pleased about the move, since there are already several bars and package stores on the block. I walked to the intersection of Atkins and Springwood, and a brand new building is there now. A large neon sign hangs from the side reading, Leo's Turf Club. It's a one-story brick building. A few patrons were inside. July 16th, 1965. Even from my porch, I can hear jazz and R&B music from several of the nearby music venues. One of my friends from Philadelphia is visiting, so we decided to go to the Turf Club. I started to tell him about all the acts I've seen there. Clarence Clemens, Sammy Pugh, Jimmy McGriff, Cliff Johnson and the Squires of Rhythm, to name a few. We got to the entrance and looked inside. In the middle of the room is a horseshoe-shaped bar. Booths line the walls. To the right, there's a small dance floor, and to the left, a packaged goods store. Behind the stage, a burnt sienna-colored sequin curtain glitters in the dim light. My friend and I sat at the bar and looked up at the band. April 14th, 1970. Did you know that the old Turf Club was recently purchased? It's called Wakey's Showplace now. Tonight was the grand opening, so I decided to drop in. Even before I was inside, I could hear the beautiful voice of Irene Reed. The doorman told me that she used to sing with Count Basie. The song ended as I walked up to the bar to order a drink. A voice came in over the microphone. "Welcome to my new club. I'm Waylon Goldstein, and I'm proud to welcome you to Wakey's Showplace." July 22nd, 1970. I've been in a low mood recently. Today I was just looking out at Springwood Avenue from my kitchen window, thinking about the uprising earlier this month. It's been a hard time. Many neighborhood buildings were destroyed, including some music venues. I saw in the paper that Wakey's caught on fire, but it's still standing. There's even a show there this weekend, featuring Bobby Tucker and the Three Souls. March 17th, 1973. Today is my birthday. I'm celebrating by going to the grand opening of the new Turf Melody Lounge later tonight. I'm glad the Turf is still open, since many of the businesses on Springwood still haven't reopened since the uprising. November 10th, 1988. Many years have passed, and the glory days of the Turf Club seem to have passed as well. Walking down Springwood Avenue this morning, there are still some stores open, but the area now is very quiet. Many of my old neighbors have moved away. The Turf is somehow still standing, but under yet another new name, May's Melody Lounge. It's not the beautiful night spot it once was. Music hasn't been performed there in over a decade. Nowadays, there isn't much live music on Springwood Avenue.
It was just the other day.
December 1st, 2000. I got a call from an old friend today. He wants to come visit. He asked if the old Turf Club was open. We spent some time remembering the great time we had there back in the 60s. But I told him it's not open anymore. It was called the Sports Turf for the past 10 years or so. But there's no music there, and it just recently closed down. I was sitting on a bench in Springwood Park and noticed something happening at the old Turf Club building. It's been empty for nearly 20 years now. The faded pink paint has been peeling off. The doors and windows were boarded up long ago. But today, there's people outside. The exterior has a fresh coat of light blue paint, and a man seems to be painting something on the side. I walked across the street and introduced myself. I learned that the painter is a local artist named Larry Walker. He told me that he's painting murals of some of the musicians who played here. He pointed to an image of a woman at a piano named Dee Holland. I remembered her playing at the turf decades ago. I stood around for a while, watching him do his work. A cleanup crew arrived. I peeked inside and was shocked to see the interior. It's completely overgrown with weeds and the roof is missing. It's totally empty now except for a rough concrete floor. The crew really did a nice job cleaning it up. August 10th, 2021. Sitting on my porch today, I could hear music coming from the direction of the turf club for the first time in at least 20 years, if not longer. I called my friend and we decided to check it out. As we got closer, the sounds of guitars, saxophones, and singing voices got louder and louder. We walked in through the front door, and I couldn't believe it. 100 people were sitting in folding chairs, and a live band was performing. I asked someone nearby what was going on. They told me it's a new concert series called Tuesdays at the Turf. You blink and realize that you're back in the present, sitting in your car at the traffic light. It turns green. The turf club, you think. Maybe its glory days aren't over yet. As you drive away, you wonder what's in store for the next chapter of the turf club. Through the generosity of our community and partnership with Vince Gifford, the Asbury Park African American Music Project purchased the Turf Club in January 2022. With your support, AP Amp is transforming the legendary Turf Club into a community venue for music and culture that evokes the spirit of the Turf Club in Springwood Avenue's heyday. This summer, AP Amp will host the second annual Tuesdays at the Turf music series for 6 consecutive Tuesdays beginning July 5th and ending August 9th, 2022. The series will offer music that celebrates the history of the Turf Club through featuring musicians with Turf Club connections such as Mr. Kyle Hicks, as well as musicians from the next generation, including Alexander Simone and Who Dat, Live Crew, and Cuff Nuts and Christine Elise.